Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am David Vitale, President of the Chicago Board of Education, and on behalf of my fellow board members, I want to welcome you to today's Chicago Board of Education meeting. Today is January 22nd, 2014, and we are holding this month's meeting here at Board Chambers 125 South Clark Street. I would like to note that CEO Dr. Barbara Byrd Bennett is not here today. Dr. Bennett is dealing with a personal family health issue, and we hope it all works out, and we look forward to seeing her back at next month's meeting. The order of today's meeting will be our CEO report from the management, followed by public participation, and we will vote on both the public agenda and executive session items after we return from closed session. Madam Secretary, would you please lead us in the pledge?
Thank you, Mr. President. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The regular meeting of Wednesday, January 22nd, 2014 is hereby called to order. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. President. Dr. Hines?
Here.
Vice President Reese?
Here.
Board Member Zapp?
Here.
Board Member Quazzo?
Here.
Dr. Escoitia?
Present.
President Vitale?
Here.
6 members present. There is a quorum. I would also like to recognize Mr. James Bebley, our General Counsel, Ashley Gordon, our Honorary Student Board Member, and Ali Paracha, our Shadow Student this month. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to ask Ashley to introduce our shadow student for today. Good morning, Ashley. Who's joining us this month?
Thank you, Mr. President. This month we have Ali Paracha, a junior from Senn High School, joining me as January shadow student. Mr. Paracha is a member of the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program, the National Honor Society, the Junior Council, and the math team. He has received straight A's both freshman and sophomore years and is on track to achieve straight A's again this year. After graduation, Ali plans to attend Northwestern University to pursue a medical degree and become a neurosurgeon.
Ali, on behalf of all of the board members, welcome. I had a chance to chat with Ali before the meeting today, and he's really excited about his program at Senn and his future at Northwestern. I should note that Dr. Beenan is not here today with a prior commitment to be here, but I told Ali I'm going to introduce him to Dr. Beenan and maybe give him a little help getting into Northwestern. Ali, would you like to say a few words?
I would like to thank the board and my principal, Ms. Lofton, for giving me this unique opportunity. I'm very excited to be here and be a part of this meeting. Thank you.
Thanks, Ali, and we look forward to a very successful future for you. We will now proceed with the business portion of the meeting, and we'll start with the CEO's report. We will have 3 presentations this morning, beginning up with an update on the arts education plan by Mario Rosero, followed by an overview of the new physical education policy by Dr. Stephanie White, and then a presentation on 2013 New Schools RFP charter proposals by Jack Elsey. So with Mario, where are you? Let's start with you.
Good morning, President Vitale, members of the Board of Education, colleagues, and guests. It's a pleasure to join you this morning. I'm Mario Rosero, Director of Arts Education for Chicago Public Schools, and my team oversees visual art, music, dance, and drama for the district. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the student artwork that you saw on the screens as you entered today. That was from our recent senior portfolio exhibition, which features 126 students that submitted portfolios of artwork. and that's from 26 of our high schools, supported by 34 of our arts teachers. Annually, that exhibition connects students to colleges and universities, which supports our students' college and career readiness in the arts. Last year alone, those students were offered over $3.5 million in scholarships. So we hope to see a similar number this year. Today, I'm here to celebrate the accomplishments of the first ever CPS Arts Education Plan that was approved by the Board of Education in November of 2012. And I'm also here to provide an update on current progress and to preview next steps for the oncoming school years with you. As you may remember, the CPS Arts Education Plan grew out of the City of Chicago's Cultural Plan, where citizens' concern from every corner of the city for the arts in the public schools was the leading topic of conversation. Inspired by the city's cultural plan, my team and our trusted partners at Ingenuity engaged with all stakeholders in our planning process. We talked to thousands of students, parents, teachers, principals, community members. And from this, we identified both gaps and opportunities in the arts for our students. This feedback, alongside local and national research and best practice, informed our plan. So on this slide, you'll see the vision for the plan. The overall goal is to increase equity and access to arts instruction for every student in every art form, at every grade, and in every school: visual art, music, dance, and drama. The plan is aligned to Pillar 1 of the district's strategic plan, supporting high standards, rigorous curriculum, and powerful instruction. Since November of 2012, we've been quite busy implementing the goals and recommendations of the plan. And thus far, we've accomplished many things, which I will review for you right now. So we were the #1 priority of the city's cultural plan, and they have a lot of priorities. The arts are now recognized as a core subject alongside literacy, math, social science, and science. We now have 120 minutes of expected arts instruction weekly for our K-8 schools, so we're setting a new bar for arts instruction. We were able to expand the existing high school graduation requirements in the arts that previously were just in visual art and music to now embrace dance and theater as well. One of the major initiatives and one of the pieces that's really a backbone to the plan is having an arts liaison in every school, which is really a school-based voluntary arts champion, many of whom are our arts teachers at the school level, but we do have some counselors and nurses and classroom teachers. We now have 556 of those arts liaisons in place, and we're almost at capacity. We also have developed a new data tracking system with nearly 400 schools reporting new arts data. So we can not only go broad but deep with our arts data to know what's going on at the school and classroom level. That data populates the Creative School certification, which is the first time the arts have been on school progress report cards, and that was debuted this past fall. We also were able to create a new Creative Schools Fund with our partners at Ingenuity and with some startup funding from the mayor's office, where nearly 400 of our district schools were awarded grants up to $750,000 this school year. And there are 3 levels for those grants, anywhere from $500 to $10,000 up to $15,000. And that was really to provide more arts to more students. And then lastly, hopefully you're aware of this, yesterday in the news, we were able to announce a significant TIF investment in the arts and in physical education, where over the next 2 years we'll be able to add up to 84 arts teachers and 84 PE teachers. We're thrilled for this opportunity, and you'll hear more about the PE policy later this morning. My team has been working really closely with our colleagues in health and wellness to ensure that schools can offer both arts and PE in their curriculum. Also of note is, inspired by this collaboration, we've now formed a new cross-functional team that is working to align all guidance and supports for principal planning for the 2014-15 school year so that principals can see how they can offer everything at their school. As you can see in this slide, we've strategically packaged the plan's 6 goals and 26 recommendations into what we call the Creative Schools Initiative. It has the following 4 components. So the first box talks about the role of the arts liaison. And so they really work with our certified arts teachers to be the anchors for robust arts programs at the school, and they collaborate with those teachers. they also become the right hand for the arts for the principal. We know principals have a lot on their plates, and the arts liaisons can really support them, both in terms of coordination and communication with everything to do with the arts. We move to the next box, which is one of the primary responsibilities of the liaison, which is to collect the school-level arts data and report that. That arts data becomes a needs assessment, and it tells us what investments in the arts are happening at each school and where the gaps are, so we can help to address those. Once again, that informs principal decision-making, but also provides some accountability. All that data informs the Creative School certification on the scorecard, which for the first time gives us a roadmap, or what we call a blueprint for the arts for every building and every school across the district to work to achieve. It also helps us to chart progress over time, and once again provides us accountability that was greatly needed. And then the last box is, in order to support those efforts and to address those needs, schools get eligibility to apply for additional funding to support their arts programs at their school. This slide highlights the high-level data points that are captured. So this is just a deep dive into the Creative School certification. You can see that we capture data on staffing and instruction. So as the plan is really focused on access to the arts for all of our kids, the amount of face time, the minutes, the frequency, the number of teachers are all really key elements. We also expand to reach out to find the data on partnerships, community, culture. Are we engaging our parents? Are we engaging the community in the arts? And then budget and planning. Are the arts included as a strategic priority in school improvement plans? And is there dedicated funding to support the instruction of the arts? This next slide highlights what the Creative School certification, the icons that go onto the scorecard, and it shows you the 5 categories. Moving from incomplete data to emerging, developing, strong, and at the top, excelling. And I'd just like to note, especially for our schools that are in the category 5 and the category 4, the incomplete and the emerging, we have additional supports to help move those schools up categories from year to year. Today, I'm fortunate to be joined by 2 awesome colleagues to talk about the impact of the CPS Arts Education Plan at the school level and classroom level to make it a little bit more real for folks. So I'd like to welcome up and introduce Joe Panganabon, who's a music teacher and arts liaison from Darwin Elementary School, and from Armstrong Elementary School, Miss Denise Pelican, who's a music teacher, an arts liaison, and a lead arts liaison for her network. So Denise, we're going to have you speak first, please.
Good morning. My name is Denise Pelican, and as Mr. Rosario said, I am the music teacher / band director at the George B. Armstrong School of International Studies in Rogers Park. The nice thing about the arts plan is it has brought the arts to the forefront of education. And after 32 years of teaching, I can honestly say it's about time that this has taken place. At my school, last year we were a Category 4 school. The reason why we were a Category 4 school is because we did not have a ratio of 350 students to 1 for the arts. This year, speaking with my principal, we have always had a robust arts education. This year, we have hired another music teacher, so that situation has been taken care of. At Armstrong, every single student in my school, from kindergarten through 8th grade, is offered the opportunity, or is given 120 minutes of arts instruction per week. That includes 60 minutes of visual arts and 60 minutes of music. My kids are also exposed to after-school extracurricular activities in Latin dance, modern dance, jazz dance. They're also given the opportunity to be in a choir, after-school activity also choir, and in-school band. Band works. I am also the band director, and I teach band lessons during my lunchtime and my prep times and after school. So we do have a robust arts education at Armstrong. Our principal has been on board and is very supportive of the arts. With being an arts liaison, I am able to communicate and collaborate with the other arts teachers that are in CPS, which has been helpful to see what are these other arts teachers doing to be successful in their programs. I can incorporate what they're doing, and maybe I can give them some information of what we are doing at Armstrong to make us successful. My favorite thing is being a lead arts liaison. By being a lead arts liaison, I am able to meet and network with these partners, the people who are in charge of these partnerships. Because of the lead position, oh, really? I'll step back because you'll go deaf. Because of this position as a lead arts liaison, I've been able to network with these people who are in charge of these partnerships. I've been able to bring in Northwestern University, for example, good luck, and their dance ensemble. One of the lead people is from Northwestern in charge of the dance program. So my theory in life is this: ask. They might say no, but they might say yes. So it doesn't hurt to ask. I asked the woman from Northwestern. She's bringing in we're international studies. Our country of study this year is India. She's bringing in Indian dancers to work with my kids. Another woman said, well, you know, our program is $20,000. We can bring it into your school. I said, we don't have $20,000. 2 weeks later, she sent me an email. She said, can we come to your school and do the program? I said, how much? She goes, free. Doesn't hurt to ask. So by networking with these people, I have been able to bring in these partnerships for free, some of them, most of them, to deal with my kids and to support them and bring them, give them a broader arts education. In most schools, we only have music and art. But now, because of this arts plan, we are able to bring in drama. We are able to bring in dance, which is a great thing, which never happened before. I was lucky enough to be awarded a $10,000 Creative Schools Certification Grant. And with that money, I'm bringing in a theater program to my school. This theater program will hopefully boost the reading scores, the literacy scores throughout the ISAT testing and the end of the year testing. So with this collaboration, through being a lead liaison, being able to network with these partnerships, and being a liaison where I can tell these people, hey, look, if you call that woman over there, she might give you something for free. If I can, the knowledge that I've learned through being a lead liaison, if I can share that with the other liaisons in the district, that's a plus for the students of CPS. So I don't want to waste any more of your time. Thank you very much for your time, and have a great day.
Good morning. My name is Joe Planivon. I'm the music teacher at Darwin Elementary. Last year, my first year within the CPS system, I was charged to build a new program in music at my school. Being a first-year teacher, I had to quickly find many types of support and resources to start the program. When I first learned about the CPS Arts Education Plan at the first Arts Liaison meeting, I knew that this was a support that not only I needed, but all of Chicago's 400,000 students needed. The CPS Arts Education Plan reinvigorated the arts program throughout the city, and the amount of positive changes at my school has been noted by my community. Our music program went from exposing all of our kindergarten through 8th graders first-time weekly music classes, 16 minutes a week, to adding choir, rock band, and concert band, with over 4 concerts a year. Our visual arts program has also been expanding, hosting an annual art exhibit at our school. And we have also added other arts partners, such as Harvard Street Dance, incorporating dance for our 4th and 5th graders for the first time this year, which, by the way, is very successful. I'm very excited about the impact that the Arts Advanced Grant will have on my kindergarten through 2nd and 6th through 8th grade students when we begin our theater residency from the funds we received from the Creative Schools Fund. We will also be working cross-interdisciplinary, incorporating theater and literacy. Within 2 years' time, our school will go from a fairly minimal arts program to what the plan envisioned, giving a CPS graduate hands-on experience in all 4 art forms: music, theater, dance, and visual art. From the larger grants to the smaller arts essential grants, these resources are essential to ensure that the CPS Arts Plan is successful. Sometimes we forget how much an impact of a classroom set of paintbrushes can do for our students. The CPS Arts Plan has given a new energy and heightened importance for the arts, not only as an enriching experience for our students, but as a fundamental need for their whole education as a student and a person. I applaud the efforts of everyone that was involved in creating the Arts Plan, including the Board of Education, Mario, and the Department of Arts Education, Ingenuity, the City of Chicago, and all of the arts partners that have embedded themselves in at least one of CPS's 681 schools. The CPS Arts Plan has made a huge impact on education in the City of Chicago, and my hope is that it continues to make 400,000 individual impacts every single year. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Denise. So hopefully that starts to make it a little bit more real what the impact of the arts plan really is. And I think both Joe and Denise speak really well to the fact that it starts to create this coordination alignment across the city. But also, if you know, when you visit schools, often the arts teachers, and I'm a former visual art teacher, you're very isolated because you might be the only one of your kind or only one of two. So by creating the system of liaisons, we've really gotten to connect colleagues so they can start to share best practices across the system. So these two are really awesome, and I just really appreciate you lending your voice this morning. So we're going to go back to the slideshow. Thanks, Elisa. So as you've heard, we've accomplished a great deal just in one brief year. And what you see right now is highlights of what we were able to accomplish, setting up the arts plan last year, taking a look at school year 13-14, where we are right now. Just a couple additional items that I'd like to highlight. We've been spending a lot of time aligning arts instruction with the elegant fit in terms of Common Core. So how do those things work together, but still honoring the art for art's sake? We've also are in development of a principal support program called the Creative Compass Program. So I've been working really closely with the network office and the chiefs to design that. And then once again, the lead liaisons have been really critical in supporting schools and moving up categories. Now, as we take a look to next school year, these are the things we look and plan to focus on, such as there are new national art standards that are to be released, and we'll work with teachers to embrace those standards and to look at our curriculum. We plan for a more robust set of professional development offerings for our arts teachers. We see the next iteration of the Creative School Survey and the certification on the scorecard. We plan to have increased principal engagement in the arts, and then we're going to do a deep dive into system-wide arts assessments. So in closing, I just wanted to thank you for your time and attention today, as well as everyone's support since the inception of the plan. And we already mapped out, after next year, it's already time to start thinking about Plan 2.0. So we look forward to that conversation as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mara. Any questions for Mara?
Just have one question.
Yes.
Thank you for this comprehensive report, and as well as the new positions that will become available. I had a question regarding pupil-based budgeting. Have you seen any connection? Has this affected the arts in any way as we get ready to implement school-based budgeting and more local decision-making?
Yeah, so we have seen some impacts with student-based budgeting, but the way that we really think about it is, you know, it's really great timing that suddenly we have a system of supports and a set of expectations to help principals have a roadmap to planning and programming their schools. So we definitely recognize the challenges, but we're also providing that coordination alignment, especially this year. Like I mentioned, we're working with PE and our colleagues to make sure principals can choose both so that they understand all the nuances of those decisions. So it's definitely a challenge, but I think it's just made our central office team work even closer together to make sure that principals have the supports that they need so they can go, oh, it's a scheduling shift. Oh, maybe I do need that extra grant support. Oh, maybe I need to talk to Mario and Annie to see how do I do PE and arts together. So definitely a challenge, but we have supports that we didn't have in place before.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Other questions? So, Mario, thank you. Thank you for your presentation and for your leadership. As you know, this is an initiative that I've taken a special interest in, and I want to congratulate you on what you've accomplished in 1 year. We all know that this is a multi-year effort. Not everybody's going to be a top category art school in year one, but hopefully the vision will be met over many years. And I also recognize, we all recognize the financial challenge to making sure that a program like this works for all of our schools, which is why I want to be particularly thankful to Ingenuity and all of the arts organizations in the city who, as you've heard from Denise and Jose, have already chipped in to participate in helping our young people with their contributions to the plan. And then finally, I do want to highlight again the Creative Schools Fund, which is an initiative to raise philanthropically and through grants a significant amount of money to help us over the next few years meet the financial challenges that the district faces, but to assure ourselves that this arts plan actually will be implemented. So congratulations on year one, and we look forward to the subsequent years and your success. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate the support.